Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is the second race in season number 1 of the Haas IndyCar Series. We are here at the Walt Disney World Speedway for the Walt Disney 80-kilometer race, 50 laps of action around this 1-mile oval in Lake Buena Vista, Florida, I think. I don't know. My finger okay? Whatever, who cares? Anyway, you saw over on Napa Fan 2, the qualifying on Friday. Eric Powers grabbed the pole for this race. He starts on the pole. Alongside him is Stuart Gratton. Then we got Kevin Gandara, Clint Buchanan, Gabriel Marcio, Tyler Selzman, James Wickard, Dale Salzman, Lewis Stevens, Mason Powers, Elijah Gordon, Jordan Newman, Christian Master, Adam Pinchon, Zachary Fitzwater, Matt Dallio, Max Neuwirth, Jacob Reed, Herjo Larvin Alonso, Tristan Walker, Jesse Turner, Trey Bartow, Cameron Garlington, and Nick Pericles. There will be pit stops in this race. Just to let you guys know, there will be pit stops. I'm saying it now. So you will see guys coming in the pit and make sure that everybody's okay. It looks like everybody is. So we get pretty fast speeds here at Walt Disney World Speedway, up to like 170, 180 miles per hour down the front stretch and all that. Extra grip, more grip than we would normally have if we were racing Stock Car Series here. And here we go. The pace car has pulled off. Eric Powers and Stuart Gratton are going to lead us off, and we are green flag racing at Walt Disney World Speedway. Already 3 wide. Gabriel Marcio underneath of Kevin Gandara, trying to grab a position from him. Yeah, we get pretty fast speeds here. But Eric Powers pulls out to the lead and leads the first lap of the race. Kevin Gandara in second, Gabriel Marcio in third, Dale Salzman is in fourth. Here comes Mason Powers trying to get underneath of Dale Salzman, or Tyler Salzman, I'm very sorry, for fifth. He's going to do so. Here comes James Wicker trying to get by Salzman. Elijah Gordon and Stuart Gratton. He started second. He's all the way back here to ninth now. This is Lewis Stevens, who won the first race this season at Homestead Miami Speedway. He got 50 points for that. And right now, there's still Eric Powers out front. Not much passing happens here at Walt Disney World Speedway. That's why we have pit stops for this race. And yeah, Eric Powers still out front in the number 3. Cameron Garlington is in last place right now. Got a little double wide back here. Got Jacob Reed back here. Matt Dallio, they're going double wide here. Joe Larvin Alonso stuck on the high lane. Got Jordan Newman in the 28 on the high lane. Zachary Fitzwater going underneath of him. Christian Masters back here. Jesse Turner on the high lane. Max Neuwirth trying to get underneath of him. Trey Bartow. Nick Pericles. Tristan Walker back here. And Garlington's in last place right now. But single file throughout a lot of the field now. Garlington trying to get by Trey Bartow. Bartow might have had a little slip up there in that 14. He's going to fall to last place. And Kevin Gandara trying to close up on Eric Powers and make a pass on the racetrack. Don't really see many passes on the racetrack, as I mentioned earlier, but we might see some passes on the pit road. We'll have at least one stop. We might have 2, possibly 3, just because it is a long race, 50 laps long, and I have the pit stop frequency set 3 times as frequent as a normal IndyCar would be. Gabriel Marcio might be able to close up here on Kevin Gandara and get second from him. He's right on the back bumper. As I said in the Indy Lights race, these cars don't actually have bumpers. But since most of the series I run here on this channel are stock cars, which have bumpers, I refer to the back bumper as just closing up to the car in front of you. Mason Powers up to 5th. Dale Salzman is in 4th in the number 9. But that number 3 is really strong. Eric Powers grabbed the pole. He won both rounds of qualifying, too. He got 3 points towards the championship for that. If he could win this race here today, it would be 53 points, as much as you can get for winning a race in the Haas IndyCar Series. Powers trying to get by Salzman. He might be able to do it here. That 25 is fast, trying to get by the number 9. Just can't quite do it. Tristan Walker right now at the end of the field. The guys back here didn't have fantastic qualifying runs. Jacob Breed here, Adam Pinchon, Matt Dalio. Our last winner, Lewis Stevens, is right now running 12. Here's a pass here. Clint Buchanan underneath of, I'm pretty sure that's Stuart Gratton. And he's going to do it. We passed really fast here when we passed. Oh my. Lewis Stevens coming in. No, he's a problem in that car, I think. I don't know. He had a mix-up there, and I think he got 2 inside. He was trying to make a pass there and just couldn't do it. Matt Dalio trying to strike on Stuart Gratton. He's going to do it into turn number 2. And Lewis Stevens is perfectly fine now. I don't understand what happened to him the last lap. But he's fallen back to 12th place. But he's going to get by Stuart Gratton. Gratton is not having the best of cars here today. He started on the outside pole and now is falling back. He's going to fall back to now 13th place. Adam Pinchon, the same thing happened to Pinchon there. That inside lane in turn 2, if you're trying to make a pass, just doesn't really work well. And Eric Powers has a little pressure here from Kevin Gandara for the lead. But Eric Powers has led every lap so far. You saw the Indy Lights race yesterday. Cameron Gadji won that event and led every lap. Of course, there were no pit stops in that event. There are pit stops here, and that's definitely going to shake things up when the pit stops do start. Trey Bartow moving his way back up after falling back a little bit earlier in the race. He's up to now 21st, I'm pretty sure. Jordan Newman and Zachary Fitzwater getting passed by Jacob Reed. Adam Pinchon going underneath of Stuart Gratton. Gratton falling another position. Actually, he gained a position, but Pinchon's trying to get that position back, I think. Dalio up to 10th. Clint Buchanan in 9th. Elijah Gordon in 8th. James Wickard in 7th. Dale Salzman in 6th. Tyler Selzman. Mason Powers all the way up to 4th. Gabriel Marcio, Kevin Gandara, and Eric Powers still out front in the number 3. Closing up to halfway here soon. And we'll see that pit stop here shortly. Gabriel Marcio, he's closing up on Kevin Gandara here. Will he be able to do it? Yes, he will. Into turn 2. Gabriel Marcio is coming into pit. Or no, he's not coming into pit. Yeah, they seem to have to use the brakes a lot going into turn number 2, and that lost a lot of positions for Gabriel Marcio. That allowed Mason Powers to get by him, and that's what's so hard to pass. You go into turn 2, you mess that turn up. When I said Gabriel Marcio was going into pit, he wasn't. I do apologize for that mix-up there. But I really thought he was going in the pit the way he was slowing down. But that's the third time we've seen that. Lewis Stevens and Adam Pinchon both had that problem earlier. James Wickard underneath of Tyler Selzman. We got Dale Salzman in the 9. Elijah Gordon. Salzman's fallen back to 7th. He's got might have an ill-handling race car there. Clint Buchanan, Matt Dalio, Lewis Stevens. You got Adam Pinchon trying to get underneath of the 12 of Stuart Gratton. And he's going to do so. Jacob Reed moving his way up in the number 2. Oh my! Fitzwater gave him a bump. Fitzwater had a really good run underneath of the 2 and the 12, the Penske teammates. And the Rahal machine, Zachary Fitzwater. Trying to get underneath of Jacob Reed now, and Stuart Gratton has fallen back a lot. He's probably really looking forward to that pit stop. It's probably only going to be a one-stop race, like it's looking. Nick Pericles underneath of Christian Master there. And Eric Powers, great job out front. His son, Mason Powers, moving his way up. He's up to third now in that number 25. If you remember the Indy Lights race yesterday, Reagan Whitlock started relatively deep in the field and moved his way up to second. Couldn't get past Gadget at the end of that one, and finished second there in the Indy Lights race. And we should be seeing the pit stops here shortly. Let's see if anyone else is coming in. I don't think anyone's coming in quite yet, but we're going to have a set of pit stops here. We should, at least. I'm not entirely sure if we will or not, but we should have a set of pit stops here soon. Mason Powers doing all he can to get by Kevin Gandara so he can get up to his dad and try to battle him for the win. Powers qualified 9th in that number 25. James Wicker's up to 4th. Gabriel Marcio fell back to 5th after he had a little mishap in turn 2. Christian Master has fallen back to 23rd. Now 22nd as he gets by, or tries to get by Trey Bartow, and he's unable to do it. He had that same mess up there in turn number 1, or turn number 2, I should say. Had to slow down on that inside lane. You got to know how to turn through that area. And a lot of guys have not been able to do it right in this race. Gandara in the 17 trying to close up to Eric Powers once again. Mason Powers has kind of fallen back a little bit in this number 25. But he's still in 3rd. And it's still James Wickard and Gabriel Marcio rounding out the top 5. Got Tyler Salzman, Dale Salzman, Elijah Gordon, Matt Dalio up to 9th. He got past Clint Buchanan there. Dale Salzman trying to get by Salzman. Salzman and Salzman are really close. At least for me, anyway. And a run from Salzman. Yeah, man, he had that. Oh, here we go. Pit stops are starting. Stuart Gratton has come in. He came in the lap before. And we'll see here. Eric Powers, our leader, is now in the pit road. Pit lane 1. So we'll see if Eric Powers can win the race off of the pit road here. Stuart Gratton came in the lap before, so that's why he's out there. And we'll see. Of course, pit stops don't go as fast as the normal IndyCar. And Eric Powers beats everybody off that came in with him, but we could have guys that have stayed out. Stuart Gratton and Eric Powers are now the only 2 cars on the racetrack. We'll follow with Eric Powers and see where he falls in. A lot of guys are coming out of the pit road right now. And make sure you don't LePage into anybody. Marcio looks like he got a pretty good stop on his car there. But I'm pretty sure Eric Powers is long gone in that number 3. Yep. So Eric Powers with a really strong stop, and now he's out front by quite a bit here. Gabriel Marcio's in 2nd. Tyler Salzman's in 3rd. Elijah Gordon's in 4th. Kevin Gandara is in 5th. Clint Buchanan is in 6th, James Wicker is in 7th, Jacob Reed is in 8th, Mason Powers, Adam Pinchon, Stuart Gratton, Nick Pericles, Dale Salzman, Max Neuwerf, Tristan Walker, Herjo Larvin, Alonzo Cameron Garlington, Jordan Newman, Lewis Stevens, Matt Dalio, Zachary Fitzwater, Jesse Turner, Trey Bartow. Trey Bartow is actually about to get lapped by Eric Powers. But it's all Eric Powers here, today at Walt Disney World Speedway. And he has done a fantastic job in this race. The number 3 of Eric Powers started on the pole here at Walt Disney World Speedway, and considering how hard it is to pass, especially for the lead, I'm not surprised that Eric Powers has been able to stay out front here. He is looking, I think, for his 4th career Napa Fan win. If he could pull it off here today, it would be his 4th. And right now, it really looks like he's going to be able to do that. Marcio is just too far back to catch up to him anytime soon. Eric Powers just raced his fastest lap, so yeah, I mean, if anything, Eric Powers is making the gap even bigger between him and Marcio. And it's looking pretty good for Eric Powers here at Walt Disney World Speedway. Closing up on the finish of this race. We're on lap 38 of 50 right now. That means we have 13 laps to go. Good job by Elijah Gordon. He was 8th coming in to the pit road. He's now 4th. It's a good amount of points for him there. Tyler Selsman in the 83, I should say. He's 3rd right now. I think he was 5th coming in. Marcio was back in there. I think Selsman was 4th when he came in. I think Marcio was 5th. So good job by those guys with good pit stops there. Gandara didn't have that good of a pit stop. Buchanan did a good job there. He was, I think, 10th coming into the pit road. He's up to 6th. James Wickert fell back. Jacob Reed with a good stop. Mason Powers really fell back. Adam Pinchon with a good stop. I think Newman got a good... Or wait, Newman's a lap down. Jordan Newman with trouble on his car, so he's a lap down in that number 28. Last place right now for him. Stuart Gratton, who started on the outside pole, trying to make the best of it. Right now, 11th. He really fell back on that outside lane at the start of the race and just couldn't get anywhere. Nick Pericles in the 16 is 12th. Dale Salzman is 13th. Max Newirth is 14th. Tristan Walker is 15th. Joe Larvin Alonso is 16th. Cameron Garlington is 17th. Lewis Stevens is 18th, our last winner here. Matt Dalio is 19th. Zachary Fitzwater is 20th. Jesse Turner is 21st. Christian Master 22nd. Trey Bartow 23rd. And Jordan Newman is 24th. Pretty much right now, we're just logging laps on the track. Kind of how Walt Disney World is, unfortunately. But that's what I like about the super speedway races, like Indianapolis, we'll race at Pennsylvania Mountain, and California. Those races will be very intense, and it's okay to have a race like this every once in a while. I mean, this is how IndyCar really is anyway, so it's not like it's any different. But a really solid performance by Eric Powers today at the Walt Disney World Speedway. No crashes in the race. That's a good thing. They do a good job not crashing here, especially when you got that extra grip. They make sure they do a good job not crashing. Salzman might possibly get by Marcio before this one's done. Might get there. He's closing in. He might do it. We'll see. We'll follow here and see how Salzman does. And he's not going to make the pass yet. And after those pit stops, that actually just made the racing worse, unfortunately. But it worked very well for Eric Powers in a number 3. And Eric Powers has 3 more laps left, and he is a 4-time winner on Napa Fan. Two to go for Eric Powers in a number 3. Penske with a good run. Well, not really. I mean, their other 2 cars, other 5 cars really didn't do too well. I'm being sarcastic. Yeah, like John Andretti, that team like has like what 10 cars or something. I don't know. Yeah, there were 3 other cars. You got Jacob Reed, Stuart Cratton. There are other Penske cars, and the other one. Or actually, I might be wrong. It might only be 3. I don't know. Yeah, there are 3 this, or there are 4 this season in the IndyCar Series. I know that much. I know they got Pagano, but whatever. Last lap. Actually, could be over. I missed it. Whoops, I think I missed it. Yeah, okay, that's what happens when I'm weird. Well, coming in at turn number 3, Eric Powers wins at Walt Disney World Speedway. And there goes the Xbox 360 controller. Wow. Well, that was entertaining. I'm sorry, guys. It was kind of a boring race. Next time will be at Kentucky. That will be a good race there. We always have entertaining races at that track, and I'm really looking forward to doing that race over there. But anyway, Eric Powers wins the race, and we'll see how the points go. Thank you guys very much for watching, and here are the points for the Haas IndyCar Series. I will see you guys later.